Hey guys, Zero here. Welcome back to another video. And damn, has it been a hot minute since I made a love letter video. And it's just a quick one today. And it's just about a statement made by Roman a few days ago that I've been missing. I've been a little away on things. But let's get right into the statement made by Roman. So we'll just switch over right there. And so just a reminder, guys, Rowan was a former volunteer that was a voice actor or manager for the voice acting team as well. And so I just want to talk about that. That's kind of the very beginning there. And he wanted to speak out since he wanted to defend himself. I highlighted that there. So he wanted to clear up some things that happened in there. So one weird thing that he mentions here that, not weird, but interesting thing is that even as a manager, he only did spreadsheets and emails and didn't really actually manage volunteers directly. So it's that's a weird role to put a voice actor manager in. Very strange indeed. And so a lot of things apparently were blamed on him. So that's why he definitely cleared up. And that all of these things that were blamed on him were coming from somewhere else above him, which would be definitely a bad look. Again, I know I said it a lot. That's not a good look. I'm really hoping to get back into contact with other people, but again, they're on radio silence, so I'm unfortunately not going to be able to do that for maybe some time. I hope that I can clear that up maybe when the game releases or whatever. That's going to be a few years down the line, isn't it? Sorry, a bit of a tangent there. And he also wants to remind us that doxing the 10-year-old was not done. He reminded me of that. They talked about this. It's not real, so I want to make sure that is clear there. And V, just to remind you guys, Vivisected Human, that was one of the artists and voice actors for the team. So now moving on to what Roman said, he wants to address the strike system. So he reminds us that 2 voice actor volunteers were terminated, while V was just left the project instead. Now, it was brought to the attention that people felt uncomfortable with Standpie for some reason. Now, the weird thing about that is that there was claims of that, and then so when Standpie received the role of Bo-kun, or was about to at least, or maybe might receive that, Roman said to the team, people might be uncomfortable with that. That kind of says that right here. But then out to it's he has 2 strikes, so if he does anything else, we just kick him off because of that. So it's just, it's still weird. That strike system felt still weird. We talked about that earlier, where it felt like a weird system that wasn't consistent or even working properly, even though there was an attempt with a spreadsheet. And then so another team member seemed to have not liked Standpie. We note that right here. And it seems like they were manipulating Roman to dislike them even more, or dislike Standpie. And so he felt a little bit challenged when there was recasting going on, and I foolishly believed that, and I was very wary of Standpie, and that held kind of a grudge against him. But thankfully, it looks here that they have already made up, which is really good. I'm happy to hear that they've worked things out. And so they want to come forward about the statements. That's why he wanted to talk about more, because it seems like, again, things were coming from above on them. And so during the recasting process, we can see here he says that it looks like Dr. Apius and Outside had a bias for Roman and rigged it, although Roman definitely said, hey, if things were not rigged, he would have been definitely happy to have Standpie be the voice of Bo-kun, because he did a very good job. So that's interesting that there's some bias there. Ooh, I don't like that. And there's a note here. This is very interesting. The person who made the original documentary on Zaid, so it's basically a hit piece, I would say, revealing things that apparently Zaid has done. Things apparently were false, and the video has been removed. But it's just very strange. I don't know why. The damage was done to Zaid, which you feel kind of sorry for, but it doesn't excuse what others have said, that Zaid has made people feel uncomfortable. And then we can skip over this a little bit, because this is just reiterating about the vote to remove Zaid from the project, and other things, the deception of that as well. We already talked about quite a bit. And then he's noticed that after leaving the project, Outside has been hitting with a lot of flack, And it makes sense since now there's more of a responsibility to do stuff, but now they can't use the excuse of, oh, there's a young manager, because now what they say here is that Outset is an adult, so she should be handling things her way. And after leaving the project, this is very good to hear. After leaving the project, I felt free and looked back at how much manipulation there was. My spot was very easily replaceable. That just follows a lot of sentiments with a lot of what people have said about when they were working on it, and they do worry that their good sentiments that with the team was is going to turn into stuff that happened to B or V or even Shortcake as well. But so I'm hoping the best for Roman, honestly. I think that a lot of stuff is going to die down. I think they've died down quite a bit lately. And there's been less activity on the 3 accounts that are generally involved with this kind of drama, you want to say. That includes the Bochan Feelings account, Dr. AP's account, and the official Twitter account for Love Letter. Seems like things have quite slowed down quite a bit. I'm not sure why. I've not seen information to point to anything in particular. And these last 2 sentences are heavy to me. Continue sentiments with others. So when something was wrong with Love Letter Project, it was never management's fault, which leads me to wonder if they are really managers. Because really, when you're a manager, and I'm not a manager, but I've been in a leadership role before, it's about taking responsibility for the people that you work with. And it seems like maybe that managers weren't taking the right kind of responsibility, and that's unfortunate to hear that. And the very last one, if you are on the Love Letter Project, I strongly urge you to reevaluate. If you know anyone who's working on it, please reach out and make sure they're doing okay. That's very good. I'm just hoping that their management is better now. One interesting thing though is Roman mentioned a different person that did not like Standby. I'm not sure who this individual is. I'd be interested in asking Roman about that kind of thing. If you want to reach out, sir, if you see this, I'd love to do that. Anyways, that's all for today. Check out my other Love Letter videos over there, so catch yourselves up with things as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow's video. I hope I can get that done. Boop!